right extremist group. As Stewart Rhodes learns his fate finally, a federal judge labeling January 6th domestic terrorism for the first time today. And it came during the sentencing of Rhodes, the founder of the Oath Keepers. In the longest sentence yet related to the Capitol riot, Rhodes has been ordered to spend 18 years in a federal prison. And that is nearly as long as he was married to my next guest, Tasha Williams. Tasha, or Adams, excuse me. Thank you for joining us, Tasha. So, Tasha, you have known Stewart Rhodes for a long time. You know deeply this organization, the Oath Keepers. With all of that knowledge, knowing that for the next 18 years, you and your 6 children can live your lives with Stewart Rhodes behind bars, how do you feel about that?
I'm very happy about it. It's been a great week for us, really, as a family. We're happy to feel safe. We're happy he's in a place where he can't hurt us, he can't hurt anybody else. Of course, there's that dark cloud sort of looming of pardon, depending on who gets in office next, or even, beyond that, the next election. So there's some, reason for concern, but other than that, it's been great to feel safe, really. And my divorce was finalized this week after 5.5 years of trying to deal with that. So it's been a lot at once.
You raised the issue of the pardons. I want to play for you what two presidential campaign candidates have said about the prospect of pardons for people like your ex-husband. Listen.
Will you pardon the January 6 rioters who were convicted of federal offenses?
I am inclined to pardon many of them.
Do you think the January 6 defendants deserve to have their cases examined by a Republican president?
On day one, I will have folks that will get together and look at all these cases who people are victims of weaponization or political targeting, and we will be aggressive at issuing pardons.
If you could talk to former President Trump, Ron DeSantis, what would you want them to understand about who the Oath Keepers are, who Stewart Rhodes really is?
I'm not sure anything I would say would make any difference, because I think they fully understand what he is and what he tried to do, and they fully support it. He is a person who fought at war for over a decade. All he ever thought about was creating chaos, creating violence in the home, violence, in the country, anything that could put himself on top, and any way he could make that happen. And I think, Trump fully understands, DeSantis fully understands. They know what Stewart's about, and they agree with it.
Are you worried at all that if Rhodes were pardoned, that there would be a risk of another potential January 6th?
Oh, absolutely. This is Stewart's life's work. This is what he does. He is incredibly brilliant. He's completely manipulative. He's good at what he does. And he will just regroup immediately. I guarantee he already has plans in the works for as soon as he's out. He will regroup, and he will do this again. And he will do this again until he creates the kind of chaos that he wants to create.
So today, Rhodes stood up in court, and he called himself a political prisoner. He equated himself to the former president, Trump. Members of Congress have used that same term, political prisoners, to describe January 6 defendants. So what should they know about your ex-husband before they go and champion the cause of those people? And I guess I should say, it's not just lawmakers. I think there are probably millions of people, millions of their supporters who do view January 6 prisoners as political prisoners.
Well, I would want people to know that Stewart Rhodes, in particular, but a lot of these leaders on January 6 have a lot of similar personality traits. Stewart has destroyed the lives of everyone he's touched, and not just his political enemies. He's destroyed the lives of people on his own side. There are hundreds of people who desperately wish they had never gone to the Capitol on January 6th. They don't know what they were thinking. They don't know why they let themselves get talked into this kind of thing. there is nothing that Stewart Rhodes or anyone like him can bring to anyone except for destruction. And
Right.
that's what they're in it for. That's the goal, and that's all he's interested in.
Tasha Adams, thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Thanks for
And just 24 hours after Ron DeSantis entered the 2024 race, the fighting with Donald Trump is intensifying.